Good morning, good morning. It is Tuesday, October 2nd, 2018. You're listening to RadioFreeRadford.com. I am Dustin Staples, your daily weather announcer on this week. Every day, daily, you can catch me here on RadioFreeRadford.com from 10 to 10:15 every weekday morning, except on Thursdays. And we've got a great lineup of shows happening every day, every hour or so, I should say, here on RadioFreeRadford.com. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and follow us on Facebook. And like us while you're at it, too, on Radio Free Radford. Follow us on Twitter, and we'll tweet right back at you on Radio Free Raddy. And on Instagram, to search up Radio Free Radford. Give us a follow while you're at it. Like us as well. This morning, we're starting things off with beautiful sunshine across the campus, but unfortunately, we do have a chance of a few passing showers or storms later on today with a high of 79 with a low of 60. We do have, this is all part of a front coming through, but you do notice our humidity values have starting to go up yesterday. They will be on the uptick again today with a low of 60. Like we said, there'll be just a 60% chance of rain later on in the afternoon. So if you do have plans to be out and about today, just keep an umbrella with you as you're doing so. And of course, the rest of the week, we're going to be seeing much above average temperatures. Our average high for this time of month is supposed to be near 75 degrees. We're not even near that. We're well above where we need to be for this time of year, feeling more like August than it is October. Even though, despite the fact that we did see a little bit of fall-like weather over the weekend. And again, that is good news because it was sort of, I guess, comfortable for the time being, that we did see that spike in the temperature staying in the 70s over the weekend, but unfortunately we've got this summer-like pattern. So if you're trying to find your sweatshirt and jeggings this morning and your blue jeans and your scarves and hat, don't worry about getting those out, folks, because it's not going to be needed for quite a while. Alrighty, of course, we always do a little bit of statistical data that I always do some research and finding around the internet or around the campus as well. Of course, very soon we will have the midterm election taking place on November the 6th, so remember to get out and show your vote. If you haven't done so already, you can register here on campus if you have not done that yet. There's always a group of people here that are with the voters registration department. You've probably seen them a couple of times around the fountain out here in the center of the campus, holding a clipboard and asking, have you voted yet? Go ahead and do that because it is a good thing to do. And it does show that, you are a citizen, showing that you can do that. And that is kind of a good thing to do and kind of show your support if you're going to be voting for Tim Kaine or Anthony Flaccavento. As well as there's another gentleman out there, I can't think of who his name is, but they will be doing a live debate on WDBJ7 later on tonight, and you can go check that out as well. Also, we're talking about fall-like weather, but this morning the Weather Channel, they always release these winter storm names. They've been doing it for about, I think, 6 years or so now. And so this morning, the 2018-19 winter storm names were released. I'll tell you a couple of them. I don't know, your name may have appeared on this list. Let's just hope when you do arrive, if your name is called, and maybe during the winter season, you'll bring us some good snow here. Nothing more severe than that. But a couple of names that they put on the list this morning was Avery, Bruce, Carter, Kai, Maya, Nadia, Aura, Ryan, Scott, Taylor, and Vaughn, Wesley, and Zachary. So those are just a few of the names that the Weather Channel did put on their winter storm list. And you can go over to theweatherchannel.com and find more information about that. And of course, they've also, kind of naming like hurricanes, but this time it's winter storm names. They do name, and like I said, they've been doing this for now about 6 years or so, I think. And the Weather Channel, they always try to improve on everything they're doing, like we do here as well. And so anyway, I just thought that was kind of cool. So if you, what the names I just called are, are winter storm names, so that don't be getting on alarm with that. But anyway, that's kind of cool, I think. Fortunately, my name has not appeared on that list, but who knows? It may in the future. We'll see. And before we get to winter, I saw this morning where there will be a list of stores that will be closed on Thanksgiving Day. Obviously, Thanksgiving is just next month, if you can believe that or not, as we are just flying by this year. And the school year, I should say, this is now the 6th week of school. And obviously midterms and exams are also in the making. So anyway, found this morning from WDBJ7. They tweeted this out on Twitter. This is just a few stores that will be closed on Thanksgiving. I found the AT&T wireless store, the phone store, will be closed. Costco, Home Depot, Hobby Lobby, Sam's Club, TJ Maxx, Tractor Supply, and Lowe's, as well as Marshall. So anyway, it's a big list out there now that these stores in the area will be closed for Thanksgiving. So that was just a few I did name. And, oh, wow, IKEA's even on there, so there you go. So if you need to get your home parts from IKEA, go ahead and get it the day before Thanksgiving, or why not go and get it now while they're still open? And obviously, I would assume they would reopen for Black Friday, which is the day after Thanksgiving. So anyway, like we spoke with Tristan last week. He said he's not really much of a shopper, that type of a person. But again, if you do like that type of experience and the feeling, the rush of going to those stores, be my guest and do that. And you can save me a spot later in line as for the weekend goes on. And but of course, if you don't do that, there's always Small Business Saturday, and then there's Cyber Monday. So if you don't want to go out in the crowds and just be like Tristan and go, or don't do that. Go out to the online. That's what I was trying to get to. So anyway, I'm more of a little bit of a both, I guess. I prefer, getting it hand-on, getting in the store. But I don't think rushing through hundreds and hundreds of people just to get one item that I can normally pick up on a daily basis and, throw it on a layaway, why not? So anyway, that's me personally. Sometimes I will order something online occasionally, just depending on what's going on and everything like that. But most of the time, I want to go in the store and get it myself and take care of that. Anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting to see this stuff. Already they're announcing this, and it's not even November, and we're just getting started with October. And that relates over to the almanac. Of course, this day in history back in 1968, I think it's been roughly about 50 years ago, U.S. President Johnson, he signed the established bill of the Redwood National Park in California back in 1968. And so I believe it's 50 years or so. Yes, 50 years that took place today. And we're also, just a reminder, if you haven't noticed, this is the start of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so remember, show your pink on, show your pride and support of the significance of this month. Very important for those, family, if you've been affected by this, as well, yourself too. And just remember just to pull your, show your pink in honor of support of the breast cancer awareness. And remember, we always stand by you, as we'll be supporting wearing pink most of this month. So anyway, kind of a little bit of everything going on. There is a National Breast Cancer Awareness Day, National Breast Cancer Awareness Week, and we'll talk a little bit later on as we are heading towards that time frame as we do so. If you're trying to plan the weekend, I know a lot of people think about it. It's only just Tuesday. I understand that. But I know the RU Space will be providing movies again this weekend. You can go check out Rampage from Thursday to Saturday over there in the Bonnie Auditorium. A great thing to see if you have not been over there to do that. Of course, personally, I have not been over there at all. But this coming up fall, they've got the Adventures Infinity Wars, Incredibles 2, The First Purge. If you're a big Star Wars person, Solo Star Wars story comes out. And then the Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, and Ant-Man and the Wasp will be all coming up this winter. And Blockers all as well. Forgot to mention that one. But that's another one. Another movie you can catch the next 6 or so weeks while you're here on campus. And if you need to, if you're trying to plan something, get you and a group of fans, head over to the Bonnie over there and check out some of the great movies. Or you can head on down the street on Main Street and go check out the theater here in town. So if you're trying to do that, obviously that's open every day of the week or so. And so that's the way that rolls. And also, there is a lot of activities taking place this month. If you have not picked up the fall calendar events of this year, please go ahead and do so. These are scattered all over campus. They're little pamphlets you can pick up anywhere. Again, I found mine in the you can do your mail. So the post office may even have some too. I don't know. But again, you can head over to radford.edu/CVPA, and you can catch the events for October, November, and December. And looking ahead to about later this month, they're going to be doing the Fall Dance Festival. That's the 18th and 19th. And there'll be a music show later on this month, as well as a lot of things going on. You can even the Nutcracker coming in December. So I know those people are very, very hardworking group of students, and the behind-the-scenes staff that you don't see. So just thank them for that, as their hard work, as dedication to do what they're doing, and a great thing to do to get out. That's coming up in December. We also have the student paint show going on to the end of November. By the time we come back from Thanksgiving break, you can go check that out. There will be the Chinese Warriors at Peking. That's coming up in November. But anyway, we've got a boatload of events taking place for the month of October, and advise you to go ahead and pick up one of these things, or you can just head over to that website. That's radford.edu/CVPA. Alrighty, folks, coming up later on the show this afternoon or this morning, whatever time it is, as if you're watching this or so. Of course, if you haven't noticed, we are now an expanding team, as we are very excited to have a lot of people join us this week and this school year. Coming up in about an hour and a half or so, you can go catch Corey Dembeau from 11 to 12. And good news, Allison Schneider is feeling a whole lot better as last week. She was under the weather a little bit, but this week she is back along with Jesse Taylor. You can catch their shows between 1 and 1:30. You can also catch Carl Miles between 3 to 3:30 as well. I'm sorry, we got a little bit of change in schedule, that is. Roderick Owen and Derek Owen will have their show from 3 to 3:30, and then his show, Carl, will come back here from 3:30 to 4. Suzanne Dedore will be here from 4 to 4:30. As like I said, we've just have to keep updating our schedule here, as a lot of people are very interested in joining the Radio Free Radford team, and if you want to do voiceover work, this is the place to go. Tristan Blake Ryan's out here of Radio Free Radford, general manager. Or if you can't get in touch with him, you can get in touch with any of our other staff members, and our vice president is Jesse Taylor. And so there's two people right there you can get a hold of. And if you're unable to get a hold of them, you can just shoot Radio Free Radford an email, and that email address is rfr@radford.edu. Or if you head over to radiofreeradford.com, you can there's a contact box. You can put your information in there, and an email will be sent to Radio Free Radford, and they'll be more than happy to get you assisted and set up if you're interested in radio broadcasting. Alrighty, folks, if you want to check us all out, I know it's a lot of information we discussed this morning. You can head over to Radio Free Radford on Facebook, just like us, and then Instagram as well. And Radio Free Raddy on Twitter. You can tweet us, retweet us on everything you can do as well. And if this was not enough weather information, like I know a lot of people enjoyed listening to it, head over to RU Weather 1 on Instagram and Twitter for a lot of information. And weather information regarding campus or National Weather Service information or whatever it may be, or just something. And of course, we appreciate the support would be needed as well. Anyway, I'm Dustin Staples. Take me back here tomorrow. We'll have an exciting guest from the SMADS department in here, and on Friday we'll have our Exit 109 student leader talking to us as well. So 2 great guests coming up this week. Maybe some more next week. We'll see what the time does play out. Have a great day, folks.